Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, born Ferdinand Louis Alcindor Jr., was brought into the world on April 16, 1947, in Harlem, New York City. From the very beginning, he stood out. He was taller than other kids, smarter than many around him, and had a deep and thoughtful mind even as a young boy. He grew up in a Catholic family. His father, a hard-working police officer and jazz musician, and his mother, a dedicated school teacher, made sure Kareem received a good education and strong moral teachings. He went to church every Sunday, learned the Bible stories, and was taught to believe without question. But as Kareem grew older, he began noticing things that made him uncomfortable. He saw racism not just on the streets, but inside the very institutions that claimed to stand for love and equality. He witnessed how African Americans were treated unfairly, judged by the color of their skin rather than the content of their character. Even more disturbing, he learned about the painful history of slavery in America, how many Christian leaders used religion to justify enslaving black people. These facts didn't sit right with him. He began to question everything he had been taught. He wondered if religion is supposed to be about love, compassion, and justice. Why was there so much hate, injustice, and inequality? These questions kept growing in his mind, and Kareem realized he couldn't just blindly follow what he had been taught as a child. He had to find the truth for himself. During high school, Kareem began exploring African history and the civil rights movement. He read about leaders like Malcolm X and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. He studied the struggles of black people, not just in America but across the world. In that journey, he came across Islam. Islam's message immediately caught his attention. Here was a faith that said very clearly that no person is superior to another because of their race or nationality. Here was a religion that taught the oneness of God, the brotherhood of all people, and the importance of justice for everyone. Kareem found comfort and hope in the teachings of Islam. He learned that Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, stood firmly against racism over 400 years ago. In his final sermon, Prophet Muhammad said that no Arab is better than a non-Arab, and no white person is better than a black person. Only righteousness makes one better in the sight of God. These teachings spoke directly to Kareem's heart. This was what he had been searching for, a faith that stood up for the truth, justice, and human dignity. During his time at UCLA, while becoming a national basketball sensation, Kareem continued to study Islam quietly. He read books, attended lectures, and had deep conversations with Muslim friends. He took his time, asking difficult questions, seeking real understanding. He didn't want to convert out of anger or rebellion. He wanted to embrace the truth sincerely. By the late 1960s, Kareem was deeply convinced in his heart that Islam was the true path. It was not just about rituals. It was about living a life of purpose, discipline, and compassion. In 1971, Kareem finally made his decision. He embraced Islam wholeheartedly. He stood before witnesses and declared the Shahada, bearing witness that there is no God but Allah, and Muhammad is his messenger. He changed his name from Ferdinand Louis Alcindor Jr. to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, meaning the noble servant of the Almighty. Choosing Islam wasn't easy. At that time, America was still full of racial tensions. Some people criticized him, others didn't understand him, and some tried to pressure him to stick to his old identity. But Kareem stood firm. He knew who he was now. He had found peace, purpose, and truth. Throughout his legendary NBA career, Kareem practiced Islam openly. He prayed 5 times a day, fasted during Ramadan, and always tried to carry himself with dignity and humility. He used his platform to speak about justice, equality, and faith. Today, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is not only remembered as one of the greatest basketball players of all time, but also as a man who had the courage to search for truth and the strength to live by it. His journey reminds us all, the truth is out there for those who seek it with an open heart. And sometimes the greatest victories happen not on the court, but deep within the soul.